Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much for joining me here today. We're taking a quick look at Elon, and just note I'm not a financial advisor. This is always for educational purposes only, because again, even though I have over 15 years of trading experience, my goal is to help you become a better trader. That's the whole point of this community and these videos that I make, is just to make sure that I can make maybe a positive impact in people's lives. So thankfully, I do have a trading community with some amazing patrons. Check that out in your own time. Of course, this is the last month where we're offering a promotional discount. Next month, we up to a much higher price point. But regardless of that fact, it's just strong demand. It's a lot. It's become a lot of work, and it's great, great, rewarding work. So check that out in your own time if you're not already a member. If you are, thank you so much for your support. We do send out signals as well. It's basically a trading community / signal hybrid, and it's a really awesome experience. Anyways, enough about that. We're here for Elon. Taking a look at Elon, obviously we got our 4-hour chart pulled up here, and we can see a support level here, right? This previous support of 153 held, even though the price, yes, did come below. Probably stopped some people out if they had a stop loss in place, but bottom line, the price recovered and came back up. That's a very good sign, but it's pretty normal for the price to kind of come and fall down after so much of an increase. I mean, in a one-day time frame, almost, well, maybe just say a couple of days, we saw almost 353% increase. So I mean, that's super significant. It's so much movement that I'm surprised it didn't even come down even lower. Honestly, that's actually a pretty good recovery. But either way, the price is right around 180, and you can see it's kind of progressing upwards here to kind of potentially test 190 as a resistance level there. Furthermore, we've also got a couple of other resistance levels too. The major resistance is about 245. That is the one-day candlestick close. And you can tell that that is essentially the previous all-time high as well. So right there is that point. Anyways, by the way, isn't this an odd, kind of odd movement, how it just shoots up, comes all the way down, shoots up again? So just keep that in mind. The fact that this happened before, it could very well happen again. Probably not to the same extreme, right? Because this is May 12th. That was actually coincidentally the Elon candle, where Tesla was withdrawn from accepting Bitcoin. Anyways, random stuff. But suffice to say, right now, I would say things are very good in the sense that the support level is holding. It should work itself into this channel, potentially break to the upside. I mean, it could very well do one of these and then just break to the upside. But for now, it's kind of hard to say, early to tell. Let's go ahead and take a look at some indicators, see if there's anything else we can extract. Not much regarding the simple moving averages. That's pretty standard. Looking at the RSI, we're under 50. I don't love that. Basically means that we're potentially bearish. So if we can't get the 50 to break on the RSI and the price stays below, then we could expect more bearish divergence. So the price action could actually continue to decrease. Even though we have this little ramp up here, don't get too whimsical here. I think there's a good chance we might actually see another correction, perhaps in the near future. So pay attention to the RSI. If we can close, a couple more candlesticks higher, and this RSI can actually stay above 50, then we'll be in much better shape. Okay, so that's just a bit of a concern for me. So I don't like to see that. That's usually not a good indication of a buy signal, even though you could probably tell yourself right now, oh, hey, it's cheap, right? I'm buying closer to the bottom. Not exactly the case. Don't ever try to chase the bottom. I know it's not the true bottom, but you get what I mean. The price is lower now than it was before, but it could very well go much lower. So see how the price responds to this resistance level about 190 first. That would be step number one. Step number two, look at the RSI on the 4-hour chart and confirm that the RSI actually broke above and is staying above 50, right? That's a very important thing. So I think it's a little too premature to take entry, in my personal opinion. Back to the 1-hour chart. Let's see where we're at in the cloud. See, we're still underneath the cloud, so that's also not a good buy signal, right? It means this hasn't had enough time to mature. So, for the most part, if the price continues to progress here and then break through the cloud, sure, that's a different story, right? But if it tries to break up, it'll probably try to come up here if it breaks and come back and get rejected again. It'll be a little bit of a dead cat situation now. So, bottom line here is with the price being under the 1-hour Ichimoku cloud, not ideal. The price is bearish divergence on the MACD, and we're also not in really good shape in the sense of the RSI being under 50. So really, there's nothing positive that I see here, really in the big picture. Let's take a quick look though at TD sequential. We probably got to reset. We came all the way down to an 8 and reset back to a 1. So hypothetically, again, this is potential. Hypothetically, we have about 7-8 hours, maybe even 10 hours worth of bullish continuation. But just pay attention to how that responds to the Ichimoku cloud, right? By the time this gets up here, it'll probably be around 8 or a 9, and that's when it maxes out. We could very well see a reversal. It may not even pass this resistance level and get pushed down further. So again, pay attention to these things. These indicators are here, for you to understand that we are not on the right side of the fence right now, right? The bears haven't effectively given control to the bulls, if that makes any sense. That's what we're looking for, is a bullish convergence on the MACD or something to kind of show that we're moving in the right direction. And we're not just yet. But say it were to move in the right direction, right? What does that hypothetically look like? Well, we can kind of find out here. I mean, this isn't official by any means, but we can kind of look at this point and kind of just see if we were to break this eventuality of, that 240, or what is it, 240, about 245 is, I think, the highest point. Once we hit 245 and past that, the best potential, I would say, for the next month in November is 413. And that's a big if too, by the way, that's if we get this type of price action again here, right? I personally think it's going to be a little while before it gets up there. But again, I'm more conservative personally. I prefer to, go with a sure shot instead of a gamble. I'm confident a lot of you are probably the gambling type, and that's perfectly fine, all well and good. But if you're willing to gamble, then yes, it could very well go upwards of that amount. But just be careful. There's a good chance we haven't seen the end of this correction yet. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, because there's a lot of bearish indicators present. Okay. So hopefully you found that to be beneficial. Again, 413 would be a best case scenario, probably somewhere between 380 and 413. And again, that'd probably be month end, because we need to have more consolidation. We literally need to have a lot more sideways action before we see that ramp up, right? And we're talking a good week or two, if possible, before it breaks to the upside. I would prefer that, because it's a healthy way to go. All right, anyways, thank you so much for joining me here. If I see you on Patreon, through Telegram, or just future videos, thank you so much for joining me here, and we'll look forward to helping you out in the future. You have yourself a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.